Shai is back with some more tips. Let's go check it out. You know, people spend a lot of money in the kitchen, so thank you for helping us save.
Yeah, so kitchens and bathrooms, those are the big money, kind of the big money makers for us interior designers and as well as contractors. So we want to show ways to slash that kitchen budget.
Good stuff.
First things first, if you can keep your kitchen layout, you're saving a lot of money. And what do we mean by that? Oftentimes I'll have a client say to me, this layout doesn't work for me, I don't like it. But when we look at the layout, it's less about the layout itself and more about the appliances perhaps, or the ways in which the function of the layout is not working.
Okay.
So if we can make that and kind of jig that a little, you're saving a lot of money already off the top.
Right.
Number two, keeping your appliances in the spots where they already are or moving them a modest distance. So what do I mean by that? You think appliances, a plug, what's the big deal? You move one plug, you move another plug. It is a big deal, Trace, if you're looking at things like a range.
Yes.
So ranges have a really big outlet and a really big plug. This is something that's going to cost, you know, a pretty penny to have to move. So if you're gonna move it, make sure that's what you wanna do. And if you have to move it, if you don't have to, try to keep it in the space where it is.
Good tip.
Okay, so let's talk about cabinetry. So if you buy off the rack cabinetry, what's called, if you go to any of the big box stores, that's gonna be a real money saver. But what if you can't fit that in your kind of your layout? So the next best thing would be to be refacing. What is refacing? People always ask me that question.
Okay.
So if your layout is kind of great and you like the way that it's laid out, a cabinet is made of two essential parts, the box and the door. We'll say the door and the gable, so that's one. If you can keep the boxes and they're in good condition, then this is gonna save you tons of money. And what's gonna happen is the mill worker is gonna come, take the door off, and they're going to replace it with a different door. And they'll also then veneer the side or the gable. So depending on what color you're doing, you can change the finishes as well. But this is a big money saver, as you can imagine, because you don't tear down and there's not that much installation as well.
Instant transformation.
Instant transformation.
Excellent.
Okay, let's talk now about the electrical moving. So we spoke about appliances, but when we talk about rewiring a kitchen, so rewiring a kitchen can add 25% onto your total budget.
Yes.
So if you don't have to rewire, this is a money saver. And what do I mean by this and why do I have all this here? So a big thing right now on trend is double wall ovens.
Yeah.
That is different wattage, different ampage. You need different wiring for that. So when you need to start adding things like this, when you see your contractor come in with this, you know, get out your checkbook because, because this is going to cost quite a bit. So if you don't have to do that, or you can think of creative ways to do other ways, that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Modest countertops.
Yes.
So butcher block, it's all about the butcher block right now, and I love that. So it's a great look, it's a beautiful look, it really warms the space up. So if you have a lot of white in the kitchen or you have a lot of one color, this is a nice way to kind of warm it up a little bit.
Yeah, I've always been surprised at how economical that is because I love the look so much.
Right.
Why wouldn't you go for butcher block? It's lovely.
I am totally with you on that.
Okay, let's talk about surfaces.
Yes, and flooring.
Flooring?
So flooring is a big thing, but we want it to be functional. We also want to save money on it. Now, we have really come a long way when it comes to the different types of flooring and faux looks in flooring.
Yeah.
So everything that we have here, Trace, is all faux or made to look like something else.
Nice.
And what do I mean by that? So all these here, this is a laminate. I mean, obviously we've seen laminates. What's nice about this particular laminate, and this, by the way, is all from Encore Flooring, is that it's cork-backed.
Okay.
Now, why is that important? Because when you're working in a condo and you have to have undermat under a floor, that is another price that you need to add on. When you have cork back like that, you don't need to worry about that.
Nice.
So that's really great. Let's move over quickly to this. Now, I want to show you this because this is really exciting. People love doing stones or marbles in a kitchen. Of course, that's a lot of money depending on the stone itself.
Yes.
Trace, look at this. This is vinyl. Would you believe it? Right? That's vinyl.
Look at that.
That's so cool. Looks real, really inexpensive. Great way to save money.
Very cool. Okay, so lots of little ways that you can save and still get very close to the same look. Thank you for that, Shai.